QMD is a command-line search engine for your own files. You point it at a folder of markdown, notes, docs, meeting transcripts, whatever, and it builds a searchable index. Searches by meaning, not just keywords. All local, nothing leaves your machine. If that sounds like a niche tool, it's not. OpenClaw, one of the biggest AI agent platforms, added QMD as an official memory backend. Here's a user named CodeRams describing what happened before he installed it. My bot was sending entire chat history every time, 50k plus tokens. Context overflow, crash. QMD searches only what's relevant. Another person runs it across 6 agents with a shared file system. People point it at years of Obsidian notes, at work documentation, at meeting archives. The common thread? If you have a lot of Markdown and you need to find things in it fast, QMD is where people keep landing. And it was built by one person, Tobi Lütke, the founder and CEO of Shopify, a $150 billion public company. Tobi dropped out of school in 10th grade, did a programming apprenticeship, moved to Canada, tried to sell snowboards online, and when he hated every e-commerce platform available, built his own in Ruby on Rails. That became Shopify. He was a Rails core contributor. He wrote Liquid, the templating engine powering millions of stores. 20 years of shipping developer tools. He codes at night. QMD is what came out of that. The reason he built it is the same reason other people use it. AI agents forget everything between sessions. You're in a coding session. The agent is flying, writing code, debugging, making good suggestions. You close the laptop, come back the next morning, and the agent remembers nothing. Not the architectural decision you argued about for an hour, not the bug you found and patched, not the reason you chose one library over another. Every session starts from scratch. Tobi hit this wall after over 700 sessions. The model was smart enough. The problem was memory. You could try stuffing everything into the context window, all your notes, docs, past conversations, but context windows aren't free. You pay per token. And the model gets worse at finding things the more you give it. Needle in a haystack. What you actually want is something that can search your stuff and only bring back what's relevant. That's QMD. QMD indexes your Markdown files and searches them in 3 stages. Keyword search finds exact phrases. Vector search finds meaning, documents about the same thing even when the words differ. Then a reranker reads all the candidates and sorts the best ones to the top. There are 2 more pieces to the puzzle, a query expansion step that rewrites your search before it runs, and a context system that attaches folder labels to every result. I'll get to those, but first, the 3 search stages. The keyword layer is BM25. Think of it as grep with scoring. You type project deadline March, and it finds every document containing that exact phrase. Runs on SQLite, so it's instant. When you know the precise wording, this is all you need. The catch: you don't always know the exact wording. Search, when is the project due? And your notes say deadline March 15th. BM25 sees no match. Different words, same thing. That's why there's a second stage. Vector search converts every chunk of every document into an embedding, a list of numbers that represents what the text means. When is the project due? And deadline March 15th end up close together in this number space, even though the words barely overlap. QMD uses embedding Gemma for this, 300 million parameters, designed by Google to run on-device, about 300 megabytes. It catches the connections keyword search can't. After both stages run, you might have 30 or 40 candidates, some great, some noise. The third stage sorts through them. The third stage is reranking. A model called Qwen3-reranker reads your query alongside each candidate and scores them for relevance with a confidence number. BM25 catches the exact phrasing, vector search catches the meaning, and the reranker decides which ones actually matter. Keyword, embedding, reranker. Each covers a weakness of the others. Keyword misses meaning, embedding can't judge quality, the reranker can't find anything on its own. Wired together, they work. Before any search runs, QMD expands your query. When a full search is needed, a fine-tuned 1.7 billion parameter model takes what you typed and rewrites it into alternatives, Keyword variants for exact matching, semantic rephrasings for meaning, hypothetical answers to search against. Each variant gets routed to the right search stage, and they all run in parallel. The model uses a grammar to force its output into a strict format. Every line comes out typed and parsable, so it can't produce anything QMD doesn't know how to handle. Tobi trained this model himself, pointed his agent at it before bed, woke up to a 19% improvement on a smaller model than the previous one. The other piece is hierarchical context. When you add a folder to QMD, you can label it Work Project Q4 Planning, Meeting Notes, Weekly Stand-Ups. When a search matches a document inside, all those parent labels come back with the result. So your agent doesn't just get, here's a file that mentions budget. It gets, here's a file from Q4 Planning under Work Project, and the matching section is about the marketing budget. The context around the document travels with the document. Those are the concepts. A few engineering choices make them actually run. QMD short-circuits when it can. Before firing up the expansion model, it runs a quick keyword probe. If the top result is an obvious match, it stops, skips query expansion, skips vector search, saves about a second. No point running 3 models when one already nailed it. Searches run in parallel. Keyword queries hit SQLite instantly. Vector queries get batched into one embedding call. All the result lists get fused together, weighted so the original query matters most, and the re-ranker does a final sort. But QMD doesn't blindly trust the re-ranker. Top retrieval results keep most of their weight, lower confidence ones lean more on the re-ranker. Results are cached, so repeating the same search doesn't repeat the same work. All 3 models auto-download on first run, about 2 GB from Hugging Face, stored locally. No setup beyond installing the tool. QMD runs entirely on your machine. Your notes and docs never leave your laptop. No embedding API bill, index 10,000 documents, search 100 times a day, the cost is 0. It also exposes an MCP server, so your AI agent can search your knowledge base mid-conversation. Claude Code, any MCP-compatible agent, they call QMD directly and get back results with context. It's not perfect. Windows support is rough. People report hangs during embedding, path handling issues. The tool is young and the rough edges show in places. But if you want to try it, npm install -g at tobilu/QMD, point it at a folder with QMD collection add, run QMD embed to build the search index, then QMD search or QMD query. The models download automatically on first use. Works on Mac and Linux. For AI agent integration, wire up the MCP server. One command for Claude Code, a config block for anything that speaks MCP. Works with Pi, Hermes, OpenClaw, whatever agent you're using. Link in the description.